Hello everyone and welcome. I am Jesse, or GameOverJesse. Here with us is the Geek Apprentice. You all can go and check out her YouTube channel if you want to watch some awesome Zelda, Kingdom Hearts, or Marvel related.
Not Kingdom Hearts.
Not Kingdom Hearts, no.
I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts.
I'm looking at Kingdom Hearts. Sorry, I meant to say Harry Potter. I just happened to be looking at a new story about Kingdom Hearts. Yes. I guess I can't talk about that. Kingdom Hearts 3 director Tetsuya Nomura says that getting the latest entry in the franchise onto Nintendo's popular Switch console is possible. That will be music to the ears of Switch fans who prefer as many games as they can get on the console, although the prospects of such a possibility becoming a reality could be a significant time away, if at all. The question, is it coming to Switch, has been a popular among Switch owners when they see a new game or the potential. This is just going on about a bunch of nothing. While Nomura has said that a Switch version is not in development, he certainly left the door open for the game coming to Switch at some point in the future in addition to other platforms. Talking to Famitsu, he says the game is possible to release on Nintendo Switch. Launching the game on PS4 and Xbox One has been the priority, but Nomura said that the game has launched. The developers can turn to other releases which are not limited to the Nintendo Switch. We will consider all of them. So with this, it reminds me a lot of the Final Fantasy director for Final Fantasy 15. He had said a few different things on a few different interviews where he denied Final Fantasy 15 being in development for the Switch. Others he confirmed it was in development for the Switch. Others he hinted to it as if he forgot that he had already confirmed it. So I don't really know what was going on with that, but they said that one of the interviews specifically with Final Fantasy 15, which gives me hope for Kingdom Hearts 3, this new story, was they said they were having issues getting their, I don't even know what the name of the engine is, Fabulous Crystallis Chronos something, I don't know. The engine for Final Fantasy 15, they were having issues getting it to run on the Nintendo Switch, and they said they were actually working with Epic Games to convert Final Fantasy 15 to the Unreal Engine 4 so that it could work on the Nintendo Switch. They said that it would look the same, it would run the same, it would be the exact same game, just running on a brand new engine, and then sort of downgraded visually so that it would run on the Switch. Not like characters not looking the same or looking kind of wonky, just running in 720p instead of like 1080p or whatever. But anyways, they were talking about doing that, and then that ended up turning into a different version that they were working on, which ended up being the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, which was like the cell phone version that came to the Switch. But with Kingdom Hearts 3 already being in Unreal Engine 3, or Unreal Engine 4, sorry, it would be a lot easier because the engine, like, they could literally just bring it over to the Switch in like less than a day, but then they would have to spend like weeks and months trying to optimize it to run on the Nintendo Switch as best as it could. Otherwise it would be running at like 10 frames per second if they just brought the PS4 version over to the Switch. But I believe it could at some point. If not, we know for a fact that the other Kingdom Hearts games could run on the Switch, because all of the HD versions that re-released for the PlayStation 3, they, like, the Nintendo Switch is a lot more powerful than the PlayStation 3 is. So if they could run on the PlayStation 3, then it would be easy for them to run on the PlayStation 4. Or not PlayStation 4, sorry. I keep getting confused, guys. It would be easy for them to run on the Nintendo Switch. And since they mentioned that one of the biggest issues with Final Fantasy 15 coming to the Switch was the engine the game being converted to the Unreal Engine 4 so that it could run on the Switch. They had even said they were working with people at Nintendo and working with people at Epic, who created Unreal Engine, to try to optimize it to run on the Switch. But they ended up apparently just going with the Pocket Edition. But Kingdom Hearts 3 already on Unreal Engine 4, so it would be a lot easier to just bring it over to the Switch. But before we spend too much time on this, Ilya, what are your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3? All of the Disney characters. Apparently, there's a lot of people that are... some are very excited, some are very... I wouldn't say regretful is the word, but apparently the scene from Frozen where they sing that Let It Go song is there in its entirety, and like they recreated that entire scene within Kingdom Hearts 3, so like that entire song is in there. So love it or hate it, you have to sit through the entire song. But yes, what are your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3? Would you pick it up if it came to Switch?
I don't know. I'm interested in Kingdom Hearts. The one thing that always kept me back, even though like the last time there was a game released was like 12 years ago, what always kept me back from trying it was on the PlayStation. And I was like, I have no interest in other PlayStation games, so why would I get the console if I'm not going to play other games? And as much as I would love to play Kingdom Hearts 3 if it came to the Switch, my understanding of the series is I need to know what happens in the first two, and it's a very complicated lore, a great lore, great amount of story, some of which you know if you've watched Disney, but like in terms of the game and understanding Sora's character and everything,
I never thought about that.
I'd be interested, but I don't want to take the time to play the first two, nor do I really want to watch the Let's Plays. Because sometimes that's how I get like extra story content and figure out if I want to play is by watching a Let's Play, which sounds weird, but that's just how I work. And concerning the Frozen scene, I actually watched that cutscene, and first of all, I was impressed. First of all, for the fact that it was gutsy to do that, to make that choice, because that's a love it or hate it type scene. I'm actually one of the few that's indifferent and is like, yeah, I don't care either way, whether I watch it or not. It's not my favorite Disney princess movie or favorite Disney movie at all, but I enjoy it. And the other thing about it is it was really well done. Like, if you're just comparing it to the actual movie, really well done. But the thing is, with that, when I was watching it, it's almost frame for frame. Whatever they show of Elsa singing is exactly like the movie, but they keep cutting back to Sora and, like, I think it's like Goofy and Donald Duck. They keep cutting back to them and they're like, what's going on? What's happening? Let's follow her. And I think like afterwards Sora goes, I have no idea what just happened. Which would be pretty accurate if you walked in on that. You'd be like, huh? And I don't know what happened in the game leading up to that, but I thought it was funny that they intertwined the characters being like, I'm sorry, what's going on? So
yeah, so you mentioned that like some of the story comes from the actual Disney movies, and I had never thought about that, because there had been people talking about how Kingdom Hearts 3 or the Kingdom Hearts timeline was just as confusing as Zelda. And I'd always thought, like, to me, the Zelda timeline isn't that confusing, but if you are a new player, I could see how it is confusing, because to me, everything, like, if you look at Hyrule Historia and you play the games, it all makes sense, like, the way they lay it out. So, like, it's not confusing at all to me, but with Kingdom Hearts...
And it's not necessary to play the games either.
Yeah. And I looked at Kingdom Hearts, like, well, there's not even half as many games, so how is it as confusing? But then you mentioned the movies and stuff, so it's like if you haven't seen a lot of those Disney cartoons and movies, then yeah, it's like whether you played the games or not, if you come across like the Toy Story world, which is a new world in this, it's like if for some reason you've never seen Toy Story, I don't know who hasn't seen Toy Story.
I know, what's wrong with you if you haven't seen that?
Even
at least the first one.
Yes, even my daughter loves Toy Story. So for those who haven't watched Toy Story, I don't know what you're doing with your days, but I could understand why, even if they've played the games, all of the Kingdom Hearts games, if they went to the Toy Story world or like the Little Mermaid world or whatever, they would just be like, okay, I don't know who this person is, what attacks do they have, what abilities do they have, or if they go to Frozen, where I know there's probably a lot more people that haven't seen Frozen that have seen Toy Story, because Frozen's a lot newer, so I could imagine them being like, what's the point of this song? What's going on here?
Yeah.
But the song itself was a big meme when it came out, because everyone was making Let It Go memes. But yeah.
That wasn't even my favorite song from the film. And I watched it 3 times in theaters. And then I realized that it was getting overhyped. Because I watched it like right as it came out. And I saw it 3 other times. I think the second time because my friend wanted to see it. And I was like, sure, let's go watch it. And then the third time, because I went to the theater to see another movie with my mom, which it was going to be my 5th time seeing that movie. And I was like, Mom, you haven't seen Frozen yet. She was like, no. And it was like the half-off ticket day. So we were like, why not? Let's do both. Back when my mom and I could afford to do that. And so like we just saw it. So I saw it 3 times and then it was overhyped. But Let It Go wasn't even my favorite song. I like it, but it wasn't my favorite. And that doesn't mean I hate it. But
sure.
Yeah.
No.
And you would think I would have hated it because I was a dance teacher at the time. But here's the thing, because everyone's like, oh, surely you heard it play all the time. And I was like, for one thing, I wasn't babysitting at the time. Or I was babysitting, but it was 2 boys and they weren't interested. Some boys are interested, but these boys weren't. They were more interested in How to Train Your Dragon. Fine by me. And as a dance teacher, guess who controls the music? I do. The one song we did use from Frozen was In Summer, which I got to choreograph, and that was a really cute tap dance. So no, it was never overplayed for me because I didn't have any cousins or whatever that were like heavily interested in it. So thankfully I was upset that it was overhyped and I think misinterpreted in some ways. But
so was that actually a thing? Toy dance studios would always use Frozen?
Oh, I did have a lot of students that were like, oh, my friend from this dance studio is dancing to Let It Go. Well, my friend from this dance studio is also dancing to Let It Go. And they're like, when are we going to dance to Let It Go? And I'm like, it doesn't fit with the recital's theme. We're not using it. Because our recitals, I don't dance there anymore. I mean, I am now, but like the recitals have a theme. And all the dances have something to do with that theme. And Let It Go did not fit with that theme. Could it? It actually could have, because the theme had to do with water. So
oh wow,
probably could have. But that's actually, the song doesn't say really much about water anyway. So I didn't care.
All right, I think we can go to the Zelda mailbag.
Yay!
And then we can end it. How long have we been?
A couple hours, I guess.
This came out to about the length of a normal podcast, but we talked for like way too long at the beginning.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. It's not our fault though. We had a surprise visitor from someone
from my alma mater.
Yeah. Who just happened to be a fan of yours. Cool.
Yeah. Well, she like just recently discovered my videos too, so I don't know. Cool.
Where's the mailbag? Okay, yeah, there it is. Alright.
You have to let me know if any of these are patrons.
Gus. I don't think we have any from Patreons. Yeah, so everyone, this is your chance to put your comments in the live stream. Otherwise, we'll have to go to the mailbag to get a question. So...
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast, podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.